Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and are having a pleasant and enjoyable day. For this video, we will be going through a unboxing of the high grade 1-144 Messer Type-F01, and this came out back in 2020, so last year. From Bandai Spirits. Now, I guess in terms of the actual series, so this one came out of Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, which would have premiered on Netflix probably only a few weeks ago now. So this has actually been a bit of a ad hoc build for me, in the sense that I did watch Hathaway, I did enjoy it. Did I expect a bit more? Yes, I did. But I'm hoping, if it is true that it's a one of three movies/OVAs, that the next two will continue to build up on the actual storyline. But enough of that, given that it's not my it's not a let's talk about Hathaway, it's let's have a look at the Messer. So slightly bigger box than I was expecting, so I have had to resort to backup plan B in terms of video recording. So here we have the front of the box with the Messer in all its large glory, and some additional units in the background on, I want to say base jabbers, but they look awfully different and larger, so maybe not base jabbers, but you get the idea. So that's the front of the box. Side of the box, other side of the box, the top of the box. So there's a nice large blurb around the Messer. Obviously, trivial part. Actually, even I wouldn't mind having a read of that later on, because I don't know. I look for the Messer, I still get the feeling it's some type of more of a Xeon-esque suit, but I think that's not necessarily the truth. Looking at the other side, so there's a nice shot of the back and the front of the Messer, the weapons included, as well as a breakdown of some of the gimmicks. And then here we have a bit of a breakdown of some of its action poses. And I will admit, for a, I guess, stocky looking suit, it seems to have a good degree of articulation. Well, based on what I can see through the images, this may or may not be the case, but I guess we'll find out in time when I finally build it. There's obviously just a bit more on some of that. So I will admit, definitely a nice looking outer box. Now, in terms of what is inside the box, so if I crack open the lid, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of runners. The sticker sheet there, which is albeit upside down, it's actually not too bad. Doesn't look like it'll be too bad on the color correcting. And then at the very bottom is the actual booklet for the Messer. Once again, it is still a very nice looking suit, and I think I did see part of the blurb that it has taken some design elements from the Guerra Doga. So yes, it is a very nice looking suit. Okay, this is put all back in the time being. So what I will do is, that was kind of cool. I will crack open those bags. We'll have a look at the runners individually, back at my usual setup, and yeah, have a look through the instruction booklet, and then we'll, as I said, have a bit of a look at what we are dealing with. Stay tuned. Okay, and now that the bags are all free of their contents, let's have a look at what was in the box. So, another quick look at the front of the manual for the Mesa. I will admit, I actually do quite like this look of the Mesa. Probably similar mentality of why I liked the... I suddenly can't remember the name of it. The Gustav Coral. I knew it was written on the book somewhere. Both of that very weird, very stocky look. Probably why I always liked the GP02 after all this time, but yeah, it's a very nice design look about it. So up here, breakdown of some of its armaments and some stats about the mobile suit in general. Turning it around. So once again, a bit more of a blurb about the Mesa, the weapons included, beam saber, large shield, and the long beam rifle. And then down here we have, once again, a bit more of the blurb. And the color guide, which is, so weaponry is a light grey type color. On the body you've got some light brown, well, which is pretty much the main body color, but a light brown. Yeah, we'll call it light brown. Some red, some more light grey, dark brown, yellow, grey, dark red, and orange. So a very interesting color palette for this particular suit. Flip inside, so I guess we'll look at this page first. So in terms of parts, 1A, 3Bs, 2Cs, 3Ds. In terms of runners, beam sabers and stickers. In terms of assembly, not too bad looking. Obviously building the body first and the head. Looks like a good number of stickers are on the head alone. I can see 2, 3, 4, 4 and 1. One will naturally be the mono eye, but that's okay. Continuing through, so right arm, left arm, and attaching it to the body. Then going through the feet, right leg, left leg, and then to the collar pages, the waist, which is statue, looking quite interesting, the backpack, and the weapons. So not too bad looking. Should definitely be a fun little suit to put together. So that was the look at the manual. Before we look at the runners, sticker sheet, mono eye galore. and some of these color correcting stickers. So at least half of them are for the head. Not too sure where the other ones are. I feel like saying torso or legs, but we'll see. Now, in terms of the runners, so here is runner A. So yes, you have that light brown type color, the yellow, it's definitely some form of red. It's definitely not red, it's definitely not dark red. And then over here on the top, I'd say probably your brown pieces. So it's not too bad for a multicolor runner. I have noticed that the poor runners have taken a slight beating in the box, but that's okay. Nothing looks too badly damaged. So that's A. Now as for B, since we know there was 3 of them, so here is B1, and that it actually feels like an earth red, but some form of red. So feet, waist, bits and bobs. That's B1. Then we have B2. Once again the same color. And then lastly we have B3, which I think is well, this is from B1, and then you've got some extra stuff down here at the bottom. So those were the Bs. Now in terms of the Cs, so there are 2 Cs, one of which will be a copy. So we'll start with C1, which is back to that light brownish type color. In terms of what C2 is basically a copy of the bottom. So that'll probably be, given that there was a copy, you're probably looking at arms, legs, various things like that, or the legs are up here. The inside of the shield, which is actually looking relatively detailed for a shield of its size, and as you can see, once again, it's taken a little bit of beating in the box. In terms of the D runners, once again, there were 3 of them. D1 in grey, so probably joints the beam rifle. Then we have D2, most likely your waist. There's definitely one very large hand there. In fact, there's 2 more large hands over here. So probably, as I said, waist, probably a few joint connections in your hands. Looks like that will be part of the head. That's quite nice. And lastly, D3, which I believe is a bit of a copy. Yes, so it's a bit of a copy of D1 and a bit of a copy of D3. Not D3, D2. So this is from D2, this was from D1. Yes, one of the pieces did fall off the runner, but that's okay, it's off to the side. Mind you, some of these other pieces aren't too far behind. So that's D3. So the 3 D runners. And then lastly, but not least, beam saber effects, and boy, they look rather big. I almost feel like they're actually for a master grade and not a high grade. And I love how the camera's not zooming very well. But yes, SB1 for this one. So that's not too bad. And these are the round effects, not the flat ones as we would see from 00 and I think Age were also flat beam sabers. That's pretty cool too. So that brings us to a end of the unboxing. I totally forgot to have something open earlier, so yes, those are mouse clicks in the background, unfortunately. So yes, as I said during the unboxing, this is a bit of an ad hoc build, partly inspired from having watched Hathaway. So it's not on my immediate priority, but I would like to try and get to it sometime in the near future. Maybe what I'll do is I might do a re-rise kit, do another seed kit, and then maybe actually slip this one in between in terms of high grades. We'll see how it goes. Thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to leave a comment down below and a like if you enjoyed this content. Subscribe if you wish to follow my channel and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with upcoming releases. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram, and a link to that will be in the description below. Thanks again for your support to help grow this channel. It is greatly appreciated. Stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in the next video. See ya.